Hello, hello, hello. I got my Veleda massage oil here from Germany. This is fantastic stuff. Okay, I recommend this Veleda Arnica massage oil. Smells amazing. And I want to do an arm and a leg massage right now because I have nobody else to give me a massage. So I have to do that for myself. Almost spilled. So, this is slope here, and wherever I put this, it's gonna fall over. But I have to lean it against my leg. So, oh, this is so heavenly, amazing, so amazing. This stuff. I've used this for a long, long time. For most of my life, I have been using this. This is so amazing. My arms and hands got a little bit tanned. My face as well, but I have to try the best I can to keep out of the sun. And I love these trees, they give me shade. That's wonderful. It's real nice. It's nice to be here. But it's very lonely. Okay, and I miss you guys. I really do. It's real nice weather today. It's not too hot. It's perfectly warm, like 80 degrees or something. It's really, really nice. I like it. It's important to massage the face and the neck, which I did earlier. And I also massage my hair and my scalp with, after coming out of the shower, I used a little bit of my self-made cream that even has beeswax in it, and Paul, he would find that terrible to put that into my hair, but it's really wonderful for the hair and for the scalp to massage that in really thoroughly. Feels really, really good. So I recommend to people to do that. That is also good for your immune system, when you go into public. In case you get exposed to the virus, your immune system is stronger. Highly recommend that. And drink rhododendron leaf tea, particularly after you have been shopping in person. And I drink the rhododendron tea off and on because Paul has deliveries come and he touches that stuff, and who knows what kind of viruses get sprinkled onto the rug. And so I just want to be safe, and protect myself with, this is gonna fall. We'll just put it here on the computer. Now it's gonna slide off. There it was then. Okay. So I'm gonna do leg massage. Feels really, really good. Paul gave me a real long foot massage last night because I have been crying so much, so much for the last 2 days. I felt so lonely and I needed physical touch. And then I feel like it's wrong that I ask Paul, or I'm not asking him. He offers it. Okay, when he knows that I'm feeling bad, he offers me foot massage, and then I feel bad for accepting that because I'm flirting with other men and I am not pleasing him. Okay. And then I feel bad about that. Feel like I don't deserve his foot massage. But I'm infinitely grateful that he gives me foot massages. And they work. They work really, really well. That has a very deep effect on my brain and nervous system. It's amazing what it does. Foot massage from someone, from anyone, any kind person can give you a foot massage. Back in LA, I had another friend from Germany, Silvia, and we would always get together just for the purpose of giving each other foot massages. You know, she would give me foot massage and then I would give her foot massage. We take turns so that each one can relax while the other gives the foot massage. That was very, very helpful and very nice. Okay. A good soul, Sylvia. Or at the university, you know, I had my nervous breakdowns always. I had a very sweet friend, Sonja, that was in Germany, Landau, Germany. I studied psychology, and it was very difficult for me, and she understood that she had so much compassion, and she would give me a hand massage while we were sitting there in the auditorium, and then the other people would start looking like, why are they doing that? And we were both completely straight, you know, so we are. Okay. And it was just for friendship, for compassion. Yeah. But people always seem to want to interpret something else into it. And I find that ridiculous. Yeah, so why can't people be giving each other physical touch? What's wrong with that? Why is this always interpreted as some kind of romantic type of thing? It's not. It's good to have someone who can hold your hand and massage your hand and give you foot massage. I remember the Playboy girls that the youngest, what was her name? I forgot now. She was giving Bridget a shoulder massage. But only for like a minute. And then Bridget said, "Oh, I wish you could give me a longer shoulder massage. I needed that. We all need that so desperately, you know. The touch. Just to give somebody some comfort, you know. Out of love, out of compassion, not with some kind of other agenda of gaining something from that person, with some kind of idea of, oh, that person, that's gonna lead to me being pleasured or something, or that's gonna lead to something sexual, or or I'm gonna be paid, or I'm gonna whatever, or I'm gaining their trust and access to their big mansion or whatever. So always like with some kind of ulterior motive. Yeah. This Jiddu Krishnamurti also was pointing out that people usually don't give someone something just out of compassion. There's always something, some idea behind it, like what's in it for me, you know. That's always the thought, you know. So two straight women giving each other foot massages, you know, that doesn't happen very often. Just out of the goodness, out of their heart, you know, because they care about each other. Paul met the neighbor the other day and talked to him, and he saw the dog, one of the dogs from one of the animal shelters, from the one here locally in this community. And we've just recently been there and seen those, and seen her, the little I don't know, I guess Jack Russell Dachshund mix, white female, very cute dog. And I told that lady I want a European Basset Hound. Like, oh, that's like less chance than winning the lottery or some meteorite coming down right in front of you. That costs $10 billion. The chances of finding a European Basset Hound. But she said, so do I get this right? You are basically looking for plump and short with long back, right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But the dog has to weigh 100 pounds at least. A big balloon dog is what I need. That's why I am so fixated on the European Basset Hounds, because they are just so infinitely gorgeous. There are no words to describe them. Okay, they're outer galactic. That's what they are. And Kenny was too, our Great Dane. He was an outer galactic being, but with very, very long legs. And because of that, it was very difficult for him when he walked up the stairs or over a bridge. Very wobbly, very, very top heavy, and with balance problems, and it was always very difficult for him. I would have never trained him to go up the stairs or over a bridge, but Paul trained him, and then he managed to do it. But then when he got older, it was very difficult for him to go up the stairs. And I felt so sorry for him. He had fallen also 2 or 3 times, and I said, that's it. I'm not gonna let him go up the stairs anymore. I blocked the stairs with a Tupper container. We took the bed back out of the master bedroom, put it into a small bedroom downstairs for Kenny. And then Kenny never had to go up the stairs again. And it may be charming to have a 2 or 3 story house, but it is completely unpractical. And it's also unpractical to build with wood. I talked about this before. Using real wood from trees is unethical, and it is totally unpractical and unsustainable in every way, not just ecologically, but also your house is gonna get water damage, termite damage. It doesn't make sense, okay, to build with wood. Makes no sense. So, and I would not want to build a house like these old-fashioned houses anymore. Never, ever. So I tried to talk to my dad, who's an architect, tried to talk to him about this. And he identifies with the old-fashioned ways of building homes. Not with wood, though. In Germany they build with cement when they build homes, but that's better. Okay. But why create a house that has 2 stories where you have to go up the stairs and all of that? It's not practical. Also for when people get older, like Paul, for example, it's getting harder and harder. He has to hang on to the railing, and it's very difficult. I'm very worried that he might fall down the stairs. But so far he's still going up on the roof and cutting the tree limbs away from the house. And I really don't like to see that. That really scares me when I see him go up on the roof. Because once he's on the roof there, it goes 3 stories down to the first parking lot. And that's pretty low. Anyone who falls down that deep might very likely end up dead or quadriplegic or something like that. So not good. And he has all of this, for roofing. He has this security gear that he can put on himself, but it takes an hour to put that on. It's so much trouble, so he doesn't even bother with it. But it really worries me to see him walking there, free walking on top of the roof. It's not good. And then he has balance problems because of the diabetes, so I don't ever want him to go on the roof again. And so the only really sensible and reasonable way of building a home is by creating a dome structure, either a geodesic dome or a tunnel dome tunnel, that's like this, but long. And that's perfect. That's really great. And I talked to an architect here locally, and he said, well, for that purpose, You know, you don't need an architect really. That would cost millions of dollars. To create something like this from scratch, particularly bulletproof, you know, the way I would want it. I mean, that would be really ideal to be able to hire an architect for that. And then he can also put all kinds of luxury things into it, of course, you know, just the way we want it, you know, the way I would design it myself. I can ask the architect to put this into reality. But that would cost a lot of money, and he said there are already ready-made tunnel domes out there that you can get, that you can buy. And I looked this up the other day. I've looked them up before. I found a website. They had pretty good ones. They were overpriced though, and not strong. And this time I found another website. Just recently looked them up, and they have like 100 feet by 40 feet or something dome tunnels that are absolutely storm proof and everything. And they have a round dome, but it has like on one end it has sort of like a structure on the roof, like a ridge where the snow can fall off on one side if it snows. And out there in the high desert it does snow in the winter. So that would be really, really super to get. First of all, we're gonna go in September. We're gonna go to the high desert. I can't say where it is, but I can say approximately where it is, you know. So it is somewhere near Nevada, and it's gorgeous there. And so he wants to buy a large land property. Hopefully we find one that has geothermal wells underneath, or already a well on it. That would be perfect, but we can always have someone drill for hot springs in that area for sure. And we hope for 100 degrees sulfur water coming out. That would be my dream come true. But you know, you never know whether that's, I mean, but it's worth giving it a try. But just to have that land is really perfect. And if it's zoned agricultural, then you are not so restricted with what you can build on it and how you can be living on that. And so that would be really, really great. It's on the California side, so, and then we can buy those dome tunnels. Each one costs about $49,000. That's not so bad. Okay. I don't know what they charge for installing it though. That could be more than the price of the dome tunnel. I don't know. We have to find out. So, but Paul wants to get one, and he wants to get me my own. So, my own dome tunnel. So, we want to grow food in there for our own living and survival. And we want to grow whole variety of food plants and trees. And I already know how to make this work, you know, living completely off-grid on that land. If we don't have geothermal water, then what we can do is we can install soft greenhouses that would normally fly off in the wind, which happened many times with the one we have in the driveway. But inside of the dome tunnel, it's going to be stable. Okay, we're just going to use that as an insulating room, okay, to insulate from the coldness. And then we can even put, he has a self-inflatable tent that is about the size of a queen size bed. So we can even put that inside of the soft greenhouse, inside of the tunnel. Then we have basically 3 insulating layers to protect us from the cold, and that would really work for staying in that during the winter time. And it doesn't need very much to heat it up. You can probably heat it up with 1 candle. And there are ways to make a candle more heat efficient as a heater. You can turn a candle into a heater, like those candles that are about this size. You can put them into a terracotta pot of some sort, and it's really good those really large real terracotta clay pots for plants that have a hole on the bottom, but you can turn it upside down. You put the candle inside, then the heat has and the smoke has a way to escape, but it still heats up that terracotta pot. Okay, and that's really perfect. And I saw that on YouTube. People were doing this. It's like for people that are homesteading or live off grid. That's a very good way and a very efficient way to heat a garage, for example, or particularly a greenhouse and several insulating layers. So you can put the candle in the space between the self-inflatable tent and the soft greenhouse. So there'll be a space of, I don't know, walk space around the tent inside of the soft greenhouse of, like, I don't know, 3 feet or something that go all the way around. You can put a candle there in that way, and that will definitely heat up that space in between the tent and the soft greenhouse. So those are all survival tricks that can be used, and I'm telling you, it's a necessity to think about this, because harsh times are coming, okay? And people should be thinking about this, on how to make it work, how to survive, how to grow your own food. And we can live on plant food, mainly raw. That'd be the healthiest way of living for us. You don't ever need to see a physician again if you do that. You don't need a stomach bypass surgery or something, or heart bypass surgery, or whatever kind of surgeries, if you become a raw food vegan. Okay, it's the truth. I'm giving you the truth. There are athletes that are raw food vegan. There are weightlifter men who are raw food vegan. Okay, they have no extra fat, but they have a bunch of muscles. You can gain muscles on a large variety of plants, raw plants particularly, but some plants probably have to be cooked, like potatoes or beans and rice. But they're very high in protein. And also quinoa from South America. That's a grain that has a very, very high protein content and gives you a lot of strength. I love quinoa. It's fantastic. I want to cook that. I still have some in the pantry. I want to cook that. It doesn't take very long to cook that. It takes less time to cook quinoa than rice. And there's another one that is called millet, and that takes a little bit longer than rice. So different grains have a specific length of cooking. You want to cook that tender, of course, to make it taste great. You can put olive oil. Paul just got a bottle of pure olive oil, not the mixed, stretched ones from other countries where they cheat. They put canola oil mixed in with it, and they charge way too much. Then he got a bottle about this size, and that's pure, completely just pure olive oil, cold pressed from California. And you can see, the consistency is much thicker, more viscous, more viscous than this even. And you don't want to put that on your salad. That's not going to taste very good, but it smells good. But pure, completely concentrated, pure, heavy olive oil that tastes so good, tastes better than anything, any other kind of, any animal fats. So that's really fantastic to put pure olive oil on rice, and you can chop some garlic, raw garlic. You sprinkle that on it, tastes fantastic. It tastes gourmet. And you can also put some raw onions and raw tomatoes on it. You can also make a salsa in the blender. Paul makes really good salsa, raw salsa, which is tomatoes and bell peppers and other stuff put in the food processor and chopped into a paste. And it's really fantastic. And you can put garlic into it. I recommend garlic for everything, for every dish, because it is very, very healing. Okay, so I don't want to make the video too long. You guys take care. Bye bye.